Hello everybody, and welcome to this process tutorial, how to model this interesting looking air humidifier concept in Shaper 3D. We will start with taking a look at the existing sketches, build then a half study model, multiply it, add then all the interface details to it, and then we will core it out, slice everything into shell parts. I will also talk about how I created the grid in the front. Very easy. There are some internal elements in the design, for example, a felt, water filter, and also the fan, as you can see here. And with all that then done, we can bring this into the visualization tool and then create a really nice looking product presentation, like this one. As I said, the file is being shared with you, so please feel free to download it. As always, this is filled with a lot of very interesting modeling and sketching tips and tricks. And with all that said, let's get going. So here we are. What you see is actually the initial main section sketch. Here we can select the 3 sketch profiles and then extrude this one out to 81 millimeters. I would keep sketches always very simple and do most of the work via direct modeling. As you can see, I'm rounding these edges simply via the fillet command. I would like this face to be a little bit smaller. So how do we do this? We can add simply a nice draft by filleting this edge, as you can see. Very nice. Then we will select this face, go to offset, create an offset of kind of like 3 millimeters that goes in. Very good. And then we can select this new profile and push this in 4 millimeters. Very good. But this is like a straight extrusion. I would like this new interior face to have a draft. We can do this simply with this rotate command. Be careful about the amount of draft that goes inwards and outside. If you make this too small, you can see this kind of pinches too much. I will select 20 degrees. This looks really good. Okay, so these elements are kind of done. So what do we have now? We have half of our design. I can do a quick study. I will go to mirror, go to here. There we are. Now this looks actually pretty good. So the volume is fine. I will delete this one. I will make a copy. Simply do not move this. So it makes a copy on the point. We can call this one raw. This is my first building block. And then this I can call shelled, because now we can select this copy and take a look at it. How will this look when we shell this? Yeah, okay, this is good. So we bring this over, perfect. Let's undo actually the shelling one more time, because this actually works good. So we will make our copy to there, keep this, and let's go and take a look at the interface. So here we have the interface sketch. We figured out the complete design of our main body. So the volume is good. And now here I'm extruding out what's going to be the base for the buttons. I will select the lower face of this extrusion, select this target face and say replace. That perfectly moves it onto it. Now I can double tap, move this down by 2 millimeters, and then from this I remove this extrusion, keep none. There we are. Look at this. Beautiful. No? Looks great. We also have these 2 elements here. This is for holes for your fingers to fit in. Here we'll do the same. I would like to measure everything correctly. So we select the two faces, and then this face, go to replace. We might have to adjust the order. There we are. Very good. Now these two extrusions sit right on top, and then I can move those down, let's say 10 millimeters. Very good. From this, I can remove this, but keep the body this time. And then from this half, these two I remove, but do not keep the body. Okay, very nice. You see, this goes actually pretty fast. We first explored the volume, then we made a copy, and now we're working on the interface elements. In this design, we have also all the internals. The felt filter with a water reservoir and a fan to blow the air along the wet felt. Okay. I will select this one, hide it, because what we now need to figure out is what is the distance from here to here. So that looks like 4 millimeters. So if we bring this one down, so 140, very good. Okay, we select this face and say match. So now this is really flush with that surface. So yeah, 4 millimeters, no? So this is basically at the same plane. I need to add 2 millimeters of material thickness. Or that's basically kind of like the distance. And then also we would like to have a tolerance. So if I undo this actually for one more time, because when I figured out that this is just 4 millimeters of a distance, and then from here later when we shell, this line goes down 2 millimeters, that will be just a 2 millimeter distance to here. So we have good tolerance. Very good. That's kind of like a small three-dimensional measurement exercise, what I did, which means move 140. This is perfect. Then now we can show the other part. We can go back, select all those edges. 4 millimeters, this looks good. Then I will select all these edges and round them. 2 millimeters, this also looks good. Very nice. Here and here, I work in tandems, so the values are always the same. 8. This is nice. And then here we will do a 2. Very good. Okay. I would say actually that the main styling of the body so far is done. We can now go ahead and start the shelling one more time. So here, shell 2 millimeters. Very nice. No, there you see, it's all in there. Switch to this part, shell 2 millimeters. Very good. Also, this works. Now we have two sides. And you know what we do? We select them and join them together. Perfect. Because there were two halves, I had an internal center flat face, which I was able to use for the shelling. And then I put them back together. Now, at this point, since we're working on the main body, let's take a look at the grid. And how did I do that grid? It's actually pretty easy. I will hide all these elements. There we are. And there. And here is the grid. So there you can see what I have. A center line, then the geometrical elements to get everything to be parametric, because a sketch solver has constraints. logical lines are equal. Parallel, horizontal, too. So these lines are, for example, parallel to this one. So this allows me, when I now select here this and make this 20, well, the whole thing updates. If you look at that sketch, you will see that's the way how this is set up. And then I extruded these elements and then shrank them a little bit. And then I extruded these elements and shrank them. And then via copy and paste, I created all those individual elements. You see also here I only have 50% because then we just mirror it over. And also here you see I have left and right. These are all individual folders, so they're very easy to select. Okay, very good. Now, how do I continue? I will actually delete this one. Also this. Then these three I will select. Make a copy. Just move this to here. And then you, and you, I turn off. And there, very good. I will move everything into this folder there. Okay, so check this out. Here, wrong command. I will extrude this one out a little bit, just as a new body. Okay, double tap, yeah, new body. And now I will do this one more time. Extrude, and I will run this through all these parts. Takes a moment. And now here comes the trick. We will switch this to intersect. There, look at this. You see? Beautiful. Now this is going to be my cut part. There we are. Then I can sink this one in, move this right into the position. Yeah, there we are. Very good. And because this is inside a folder, double tap, select this folder, subtract. I would like to keep the bodies. Yeah, thank you. There we are, you see, beautiful. Go back to there. Double tap, select this one, subtract. And it's up to you if you want to keep the bodies or if you want to remove them. I remove them because I can easily rebuild them. There we are. Now we created this rather very complicated looking grid, the front and the back. Okay, so detailing. Let's take a look at the buttons. I have here this result from this face. I can also extrude myself a new button. You see, very easy. As a new part, 2 millimeters. That's material thickness, 3 millimeters. It sticks out 1 millimeter. I would like to shrink this 9 millimeters. Very nice. I will go and hide this because I have these elements here. I can select, extrude, and cut. Now I have 3 buttons. So you see, I use very smart modeling steps how I kind of like cut down my work. Also here we do the same, 1 millimeter. We move this one down, and now I will select all this, go to a side view, move this down. Okay, now these might sit perfectly on it. I will move them actually just a little bit in. You see I'm zooming in more, so I can bring them in very gentle. Okay, well, that is enough. Okay. We can do a little bit of detailing based on your interest, how you would like to do this. There, there. 0.25. one, maybe a small fillet. There we are. Very good. We can select all the top faces, and then we go to chamfer or fillet 0.25. See, this way actually it created a really nice fillet. And we didn't really need to select all the edges. 1 millimeter. Okay, very good. Beautiful. Now, double tap. Go to a side view. More, mirror, tap the grid. Copy this over. There we are. And then double tap, double tap, double tap. And we just say union and fuse all this together. There are my 3 buttons. Super easy. Very good. Buttons are done. So what we do now? All this is finished. We have to take a look at the splitting. Now we also have the internal components. Here's my splitting part. This will cut actually the lid out. And then we have these lines here, or planes. They actually will slice the body. I came up with all these sketch lines by projecting individual geometry pieces from the box into the sketch. So for example, you see this line came actually from this fillet. So I projected this fillet into that sketch using the project command. And then when you select a line and stop it, we can add a plane. And all we need to do is rotate the plane 90 degrees. And this is the way how I created these planes. Now with this plane selected and a body, we can split it. You see, and this is actually super easy. And this other plane is there. And then we select the center, split. Beautiful. Now, how do we do this part here? I would like this to slice out. So this is a little bit more complicated, but check this out. I move this out, but then say new body. Thank you. And this I move back. Very good. No, you and you, we say intersect. Keep originals. Thank you. This we remove, and then we have this, and we have the lid. And from this, I would like this to be removed. Keep the original in this case. There, we have it. You see, super easy how we sliced everything. We can select all this, put this into a folder, call this folder maybe fan. Then this folder we move out. There we are. Let's take a look at the internals. How is all that working right now? Section view. Okay. Now this looks actually pretty good. I do have a piece of geometry right there under this lid. So I have the fan socket. I have all the sketches here included, so you can very easily see how I built everything. So this sketch was actually quite simple. You see, I just drew a line from this corner to this corner, and then Shaper finds a closed shape, and then you can extrude this one. And then later, I will just hide. Oh wait, I can do this way. Select this one and say isolate. Beautiful. Then this, I extrude it down by 2 millimeters as a new piece. That's important. And then this I was able to bring over, and then later we join this together. So this is kind of like the way how step by step I build these elements there. This one. Very good. Okay, you to you. please align. There we are. The align command in Shaper is fantastic. Very nice. So we can hide the sketch. Everything is finished. Maybe some details we could change. We can select this one and go to isolation mode. This grid is a little bit flimsy, so I will go to extrude and extrude this one out 6 millimeters. This might take a moment to process. There we are. And look at this. Yeah, this is actually really nice. So now we are ready to move this over into the visualization tool. Here we are. We can select everything if we want, all at once. Go change. And then we will give this a melanine material. Tap it. And then go back to here. And you see the hex color. For example, there, I have a particular color I would like to use. And that will be FFF. Enter. So perfect white. Now the whole piece is beautifully white. This front part I would like to change, and the same also here with the back. So I will double tap both, go to change, and now I will set this to glossy ABS. Very good. Go back to properties. I can tap somewhere else, so nothing is selected. And then when I go to the ABS, I can actually then, in the hex color, adjust the material. So here we'll type in 3939 and C. There. So you see when you adjust one material, it adjusts it and also for all the objects that use it. Now look at this. It looks kind of cool. We can select this, go change. This should be ABS, black. Very nice. Bah. That's what I was talking about. It's not always a matter of complex models. The quantity of elements really make things shine really nice. The lid here, double tap. We would like to change and be polypropylene. And we have this one here, there. Then we can go back. Also here, change this material to 39393 C. Enter. Beautiful. Okay, so it's kind of like somewhat transparent. We can see now there's a little bit of translucency happening. We have these buttons. How do we adjust the buttons? Really quick. I go to front view. Yes, the front view is good. Then I can zoom in. And then with the pencil, I click, hold, drag, and then I go over all these faces. There. Perfect. That's really good. And here, the material is the same. I would just like this to be a different material. And this should be 00B8F. Very good. Well, looks actually really good, really nice. When we open the folder overview here, we can hide the fan. I would like to give all the felt elements I have here a felt material. Go change. There's the felt material. However, just not this one. I double click it, change, and I change this back to the melanine. There we are. Very good. And then the rest we show again. Beautiful. Okay. So you see, this is then a way how very quickly we can create a really nice material study. Few more details. We can also go to the environment. I have actually a gradient running right now. Or you can go with a basic white. You can go with a transparent. I find that the gradient gives a really nice, interesting look. And then find an interesting perspective. We can also in appearance play with the perspective to make this more technical, more dramatic looking. Find a good look. And then upper left corner, hit capture. And that's it.